Okay, so we are gonna do a get ready with me and a girls chat, and we're gonna be answering all the questions that you asked me on my Instagram story a few days ago. You guys asked me a bunch of questions. It was kind of the same theme from the girls, and then the guys asked me also the same theme. So this video is gonna be more directed towards women. The questions for the dads, I'm gonna do a different video about that. This video would also be cool for dads to watch. What I want dads to know is that you need to spend time understanding women. I mean, you need to know a lot more than that. But so maybe this video could help you. The main questions that I got from the girlies were postpartum depression, you overcome it, tell me about it, I'm scared, I have it, postpartum anxiety, whatever. The question I got a lot was like, are you like a single mom, like you have no help? And if so, like how are you so active and full of energy and things like this? I got a lot of questions about heartbreak, and I got a lot of questions about finances in pregnancy and like how do you deal with like your career? How do I know that I'm ready to have a baby and stuff like that? So this video is gonna focus on the questions from the moms for the girlies about postpartum depression, postpartum anxiety, I hate my new life, what do I do about it? How are you managing to do this as a single mom with no family, full custody, foreign country? You look like you're so alive. I'm drowning. Let's talk about it. Also, you guys get this like redness here. I'm having like, if anyone knows how to fix this, like I'm having like really dry skin right here, please send me a DM and tell me. Anyway, so in this video, I'm going to tell you 5 different things that I think really have helped me during postpartum. And I want to also tell you guys that like, I'm trying to give you on my social media, like as much transparency as possible, but there's obviously like a lot of things that I don't show you guys. And there are days that I'm just crying and I'm feeling overwhelmed and like I'm not always like in a fabulous outfit, like perfect killing it mom. Like I'm like also a hot mess like any pregnant woman in postpartum or single mom is. Like I am not as great as you think. I think the difference is that because I was an athlete my whole life, I am so great at overcoming. Someone that overcomes things. What I'm going to share with you are like 5 things that are helping me manage what's going on in my life to overcome. Take what works for you. I really hope that these help. I've done an Instagram reel about this, but I'm going to just kick this video off talking about it. You need to have a funeral for yourself. You need to go through the grieving process when you become a mom, and that's because nobody's real with you about what you're getting yourself into as a mom. Like think about it. Like when you have your baby, they just basically send you home and they're like, oh, you'll know what to do. The whole thing is like that. Like a woman that's pregnant, she's like, okay, yeah, everyone says it's gonna be great. Oh my God, congratulations. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. And you go through this process and you have this baby and you're just like, I just feel like I got ran over by an 18-wheeler because my entire life has changed. I'm so not prepared. I only have a few weeks postpartum recovery if you're in America. I only have a few months if you're in Europe. I don't relate to anyone. You just are so unprepared. And I think this is why you get postpartum depression or postpartum anxiety, which we'll get to. It's true, like women do have a lot of instincts. We naturally know what we're doing when it comes to like motherhood, intuition and instincts and stuff. Because you're so unprepared, like, where's my old life? Where's my new amazing life? This new life sucks. Yeah, I love my baby, but that doesn't like cancel the suffering and the horribleness that I'm going through. Like they coexist, okay? There's like duality in being a mother, okay? That's why it's a nightmare for you, because you just had no idea and you're not prepared. Step 1, have the funeral. This is what you're gonna do. You're gonna get out a piece of paper. You're gonna split it down the middle. Things about my old life are gone, and things about my new life that I thought I was gonna have that I don't. However you thought that your first year of motherhood was gonna be and it's not happening, write it down. Once you've written that all down, you are gonna take a long, hard look at your old life and the life that you thought you were gonna have. And then girl, you are gonna destroy that piece of paper. However you wanna destroy it, burn it, rip it up. I ripped mine up and I threw it out the window. I live on like the top floor. Don't get mad at me for that. It just felt really freeing seeing the little bits of saying that. I feel like I shouldn't have done that. And here's the thing. The reason why you have to do this is because you are a spiritual being as a woman. Okay, you are a mystical creature. Like, I'm sorry, like I didn't even realize this until I had a baby. You're magical. Like you pull a life out of another dimension and bring it into this world. And you birth it and then you walk around a few hours later. You know what I mean? Like supernatural. And the thing is that whatever you put your attention on will expand. For example, a man gives you his seed, you grow a baby. Someone gives you some vegetables, you create a beautiful salad. Like if someone gives you, you expand it. So for example, if someone's giving you grief and hell, girl, it's gonna expand. So why are you giving that to yourself? If you're waking up every morning like dwelling on the things that you didn't get and the life that you don't have, it's gonna expand. The sadness, the longing, the grief, it's gonna expand and grow. Doing this is like a journey of acceptance. You need to accept what did and didn't happen. You need to accept where you are at, and you need to be like, fine. Once you can accept it, you can let it go. You can't go back and change time. You can't dwell on the past. That's depression. Anyway, so you gotta do this funeral and you gotta rip it up, you gotta let it go. The next thing, a new piece of paper, because we are not stopping at grief. Shift our energy to what we want to grow in our lives. Because remember, women are expanders. Where the attention goes, the energy flows. Okay, on this new piece of paper, you're gonna write down 3 things, but you can write down 10 if you want, 20, whatever, but 3 things minimum that's working in your life. Write down a few things that you're grateful for, that are working for you, okay? Then you're gonna tape that on your mirror every single day. Brushing your teeth, you're gonna say them out loud. Grateful that my body can create and nurture a baby. I'm a superhero. So you're gonna do. Because here's what's gonna happen. You need to accept what's not working so that you can make space to connect with what is your true match. You know what I mean? So you keep focusing on, oh my God, this didn't work. Like you can't see that, oh girl, but you didn't even belong with that man. You didn't even belong in that space. Like you were trying to fit in that space because it was cool, or you thought this, or you thought that, instead of like letting go and being like, okay, Mother Nature, God, the universe, whatever you believe, has something that matches me. Let me make some space so that can come to me. That's what you're gonna do with this list. Start pouring energy into the things that are working for you, okay? That is like the first thing that I really think you should do. And if you want to like also meditate in the morning on it, do that. I love to meditate. I love Joe Dispenza. I love all that stuff. So if you guys want to like do some other things like that, I highly recommend it. Because the more that you focus on who you want to be and the things that are working, and less on who you were that didn't work, or the people that you chose that didn't work, or that you're just like, I'm not gonna focus on that. Like, let me focus on the good things. The more that the good things are gonna expand and come for you. It sounds silly, but like, girl, you make a baby. Trust me, you're like magical. Just try this. Okay, moving on. Okay, my next like really big piece of advice is stop trying to do everything at once. I am so unbelievably guilty for this. I'm like so that type of person that's like, I can do everything. Also, I love astrology, so sorry if you don't, but like I lived in LA for 10 years. So I'm like an Aries sun and a Pisces rising, and a Pisces Venus. I'm like, oh girl, I can do it. Pack everything on my back. I can carry everything. I can carry the world. Like that's always been who I am. So I had a really hard postpartum and I had no time to chill, no time to take care of myself, no one to take care of me. Okay, until I went home for Christmas. So at least like 3 months I was just in hell by myself. I was just trying to take on the world. Okay, I'm gonna get back into DJing right now. I'm gonna I'm gonna get everything back. I'm gonna By the time December came, it's like I am chasing after myself. I broke down what was happening for me. And I wake up and I look at the 1 million things I need to do to get my life back after having a baby, which if you just had a baby, you can relate. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna accomplish 45 of them today. What? Like what? Setting myself up for failure is what I recommend. Pick a timeline. I think in postpartum, 1 month is a nice little chunk of time to focus on stuff. Out of postpartum, quarterly is a great way to do this. A timeline, let's just go with 30 days, and you're gonna focus on one major thing. This month, I'm gonna focus on healing my body, bonding with my baby. That's sort of one thing, okay? Now month 2, I'm gonna focus on rediscovering my career. I don't want to do what I used to do. I want to do something else, or I lost my job during my pregnancy, or whatever. You need small, manageable goals. And each time you win one of those goals, babe, a huge like, whoop, took a big step up. Okay. You can't do it all at once. You can't heal from the pregnancy, go back to being a DJ. You can't do everything at one time. Now, the daily thing where you wake up and you're like, I have a million things to do and take care of a baby, and I'm all by myself doing it, blah, 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 blah. Here's what I did that has really helped me. I sectioned my week into blocks of things that I do. Monday, I'm only doing admin stuff, and I have this 4-hour window to do it when my baby sleeps. And I have a 2-hour window for his other nap where I can catch up on some other things. Then on Tuesdays, I have this new work goal about building a community for women. So I'm going to focus on researching content and creating content and editing content. And I've got this 4-hour block, and I'm not going to try to do the admin stuff on Tuesday, you know? So you need to like have tunnel vision, I guess. I saw a video the other day talking about how it's so much easier to invest in women's companies because women have smaller, more manageable goals that they actually accomplish that lead them to a huge goal in the end. So that's what you need to do in postpartum. Another important thing like about goal setting and the like getting your life back on track in postpartum is that sometimes you just need to focus on one small thing, one small change that will make like a domino happen in your life, right? So a good example of this is sleep. You feel late all the time. You don't have enough time for your work. Missing the dog walks, so the dog's peeing all over stuff. That keeps happening to me. It's all because I'm not going to bed on time. Sometimes if you just fix one really small problem, everything else falls into place. And that brings me to another really great point. It's not about the big things when you're in postpartum. It's about the small things. Honestly, in life, it's not about these huge things that you're trying to do. It's about the little teeny tiny things that you do every single day that make a win. I swear to Mother Jesus. Number next, I don't know what we're at anymore. Let's just call it 4. Caretakers, they need care too. Got a lot of questions about freaking mom guilt. And let me tell you something. That is so real. Or a few days ago was my first ever workout class in a class. Like where I went somewhere to do a workout. I didn't do it on my yoga mat in my house, okay? I had to go to a work event during Fashion Week. And then I had another work event and I had this 2-hour window. And I was like, oh my God, I haven't had 2 hours with nothing to do, no baby to take care of because the nanny was watching him. Like, oh my God, I haven't had this in so long. Like, I don't even know what to do with myself. I just went and sat and had a sushi dinner by myself and I was just like, gave me life. Just this little moment for myself. So listen, you need to have moments for yourself. You must make time for you because like they say on the airplane, whose mask goes on first? Your baby's or yours? The oxygen mask. It's yours. Your mask isn't on. You can't take care of your child, because you're gonna suffocate and die, right? So you must take care of yourself. Whether that means every week you schedule like a 2-hour self-care moment, book the nanny, you ask your mom, you ask your best friend, you say, listen, I'm in postpartum, I need help. Can you please come and watch the baby, or can you pay for a nanny so I can go and have a moment for myself? The thing is in postpartum is like your partner should be taking good care of you so that you can take good care of the baby. But the facts are that doesn't happen very often, okay? Some women have it and I'm so happy for you, but a lot of women don't. And if you don't have that, girl, then you have to take care of yourself. Otherwise you can't take care of your baby. Non-negotiable. You must schedule time for yourself to take care of yourself. Like just 2 hours, okay? 2 hours. And you pick one thing every week, you know, and maybe it's, I'm gonna go to a museum, I'm gonna go get my nails done, I'm gonna go get a facial, I'm gonna just go sit in a park with a book, I'm gonna go have a sushi dinner, I'm gonna, you know what I mean? I'm gonna go do a workout in a class. Like, you need this because caretakers need care too, okay? And if nobody's gonna take care of you while you're taking care of the baby, then you must make time to take care of you, okay? And even if someone's taking care of you, girl, you can take care of yourself too. Like, feels good to take care of yourself. Okay, so I really feel like those are my main things that are helping me get through postpartum. Like number 5, I guess, I just want to touch on heartbreak because I have been getting overwhelming. Honestly, I feel like I've been getting more messages about heartbreak, how to overcome heartbreak, about like postpartum questions in the past 2 weeks, like, or mom questions. Like I'm getting so many questions of women being like, how do I get over him? He was the worst guy ever. Treated me horribly. It was horrible, but I just can't seem to accept it or move on and I miss him or I miss the idea. So here, for number 5, I'm just gonna talk to you guys candidly about what I think about heartbreak. Honestly, heartbreak comes in a lot of forms. It's not just men. The life that you thought you would have, a best friend can be, you can go through a heartbreak, a job, pregnancy loss is a huge heartbreak. My advice about heartbreak, that there's 2 parts of heartbreak. I think one side of heartbreak is shame. I think it's shameful when something doesn't work out. For example, when I lost my baby, I was really ashamed. I felt so much guilt. This is my fault. I'm not good. At the end of the day, like, it wasn't my fault. But it's easy to feel like that. In the heartbreak that happened, maybe part of it was your fault. Part of it was his fault. Like, whatever. Carrying the shame around with you. Number 1 reason, I think, why you can't move on. Okay, well, there's like, once I said, there's a 50-50 thing, I think. But first, it's shame. So listen. You have to own your story, to own your situation. You have to own where you're at and what happened and how you got there. The more that you like bury something deep down inside of you because it's shameful, the longer it takes to get over it. And then a bunch of weird like things start to form inside of you around this deep hidden problem that you have. It's like, here's a great example. You have like a thorn in your arm. And instead of just pulling it out and being like, oh, guys, look, there's a thorn in my arm. I'm pulling it out. There's blood. Ew, there's a scab, it needs to heal. Instead, what you're doing is you are building a fortress around it. When anyone gets close to it, you're like, oh my God, no. Or I think that the number 1 way to get over anything is to own it. Own your story, go through it. Yes, I lost my baby. Yes, this happened to me. This is something that I experienced. This doesn't define me, but this is a chapter in my story. And I think that that is a huge reason people can't move on. Because they don't want to confront it because it's too shameful. What are people going to think? Everyone thought we were this perfect couple. What are they going to think now that we're broken up? I got to get him back because of the image. I got to just, or, oh, like, whatever. Like, you know, oh, what are people going to think about me that I had a pregnancy loss? Are they going to think I'm a bad person? Or shame is holding you back, I think. That's a huge part of it. And then The next thing that I think holds a lot of women back, prevents you from getting over a relationship, keeps you with a shitty guy. Listen to me. You are not in love with him. You are in love with the idea that you made up in your head, okay? He showed you like little tiny bits and pieces of what you want, and you thought, this could be it. Look, he's showing me little teeny tiny pieces of it. And he promised me da. In my mind, I've created this whole fantasy about this story that is happening. But in reality, girl, he's a drug addict. He is cheating on you, has no money. He is centuries behind you in growth, development, career. What are you doing? What are you doing? Calm down. Trying to like bend over backwards and fit and mold yourself into, you know, making it work for someone who just isn't on your level. You're romanticizing a story, okay? And you're afraid of being alone. And last but not least, you are not listening to yourself. You are not listening to you. You know all the truth about everything. You're a woman, you have intuition. Yourself. Don't let people gaslight and manipulate you. I wasn't flirting with her. Girl, you saw it, you felt it, he was. Move on. Making up lies and stories for him. What you're doing is you're pouring all your creative, your manifesting energy into him. Because remember, you're a creator, babe. You're pouring all of this into him. And you're making up this story and you're giving him all your energy. And he's looking beautiful and wonderful because you're pouring this into him. Really, girl, you have a crush on yourself. Blah! That's it, babe. I know you were expecting some like really big answer about the heartbreak thing, but that's it. Beer goggles off, rosé glasses off, graduation glasses off. Like, you know that saying where it's like, oh, I hated high school, but then like I'm graduating and now I'm like sad about it. Like, come on, remove that. Come back to reality. Who cares if he wasn't the one? He's not showing up for you. Don't dilute yourself to fit in with him or anyone or anything. Stay here and wait for someone and friends and a man and a job that meets you there, okay? Okay? He's not supposed to make your life harder, babe. He's supposed to make your life easier. It's lunchtime, so I have to go. I hope I answered some of your questions. Come back next week. We're gonna be maybe talking to the dads. Maybe we're gonna talk about pregnancy finances. Not sure what we're gonna talk about next week, but we're gonna be talking about something else from all the questions that you asked me. So yeah.